Agree or disagree?
Wow, back-to-back games. Let's go.
Dude, one of our days.
Game time. All right, Curtis, I want to be triggered. I want you to say something where the audience is be like, oh my God, will they answer that? No, I don't. I'm just kidding.
All right, if you don't know at the audience, we have our thumbs up for green and red at home, and we'll say who's a
thumbs up for green and red at home.
Red
Curtis,
at home.
Dare
dog.
I say that made no sense?
Thumbs down for home. Anyway, we'll say it.
I think Curtis is slickslexia right now.
Yo, it's a little hot, but you know how it goes. Anyway, we're gonna start with our first one. Beat 'em up games get repetitive fast.
Thumbs up. Agree. For the majority.
Oh, for the majority.
I'm not going to say all of them.
Yeah, we're gonna throw them all into a little thing. So why do you think that?
Well, there are a lot of beat 'em up games that do it right. Let's say Scott Pilgrim versus the World. There's a lot of RPG elements. There's a lot. River City Ransom, I think, is one of the best early iterations we got of a beat 'em up done in a style, not an art style, in a style that really pushes a narrative of like storytelling and getting your girlfriend, but it's like a continuing story and reading books to gain new movesets, you know, Stone Hands or Acro Circus or whatever it is. But I think when you play most beat 'em ups, they're fun, right? A generic beat 'em up, they're very fun, right? We can name Knights of the Round, great game.
Final Fight.
Double
Dragon.
Streets of Rage, Double Dragon, all the great games. But they do. The question was repetitive, right?
Yes.
Yes, they do get repetitive, and I will beat them with a smile on my face, but I'm not necessarily dying to go back and play them.
There's only one that I am dying to go back and play, which is Double Dragon.
Which
Double
one?
Dragon 2. I can play that
NES?
game. Yeah, NES.
Oh,
I can play that
wow.
one over and over and over again. That is one of my favorite games.
Double
But
Dragon, these nuts. I was waiting. Okay, go ahead.
But like, as far as the
Hilarious.
repetitiveness, other than that game, like Final Fight and any of them, yeah, it's just the same style game with different characters. I feel like.
Ricky?
So it is repetitive. I agree with
I was gonna say Final Fight, but I love those games, but they are repetitive, and my finger hurts at the end because you're literally pushing the same two buttons over and over.
What about Turtles for you guys? Though? I know you love that game.
I love
That's a beat 'em
it. I
up.
love it. And I love Batman Returns. I mean, I definitely love the games, but I'm not as dying to go play them to get, like, put it this way, I am, but I need some time.
Yeah.
Give me like 4 months and I'll go dive back into it and beat it.
Right.
I think where most beat 'em ups fail or flounder is repetitive enemies. Because when you have repetitive enemies and you see them on every level, that's when you feel like, am I doing anything different? I feel like it's such a simple
Mashing buttons.
You're just mashing.
Oh, it's like Kid Nicky. It's just one button, and you're like spinning the thing
Over and over and
Hey, that
over.
little spin move is a good move.
That is a good.
All
I
right,
do
this
love
is
that
gonna
game.
go a little bit more off topic, but it's me. Water has no taste,
Water has no taste.
It's a funny one.
dude.
Wait. It has taste. So would I say yes or no?
You would say.
I would say no. I say thumbs down.
I'm saying yes.
Okay, so we have 2 thumbs down. Ricky and I say it does have taste. Chris says-
Water has no taste.
Yeah.
Oh, no, so I disagree. It does have taste.
Okay, we all agree. Can
Yes.
we all agree on this unanimously? I might be the only one here. Arrowhead is the worst drink in the world.
Horrible.
It's disgusting.
Oh, my
Dude.
gosh, it's terrible.
It's like drinking rust. I'm telling you.
I
Like, it's
cannot
the
even
worst.
drink that.
I can
don't
only
even
drink it
know-
ice. It has to be like ice, so I don't feel
It's
it.
like even ice that tastes warm and it tastes like metally in my mouth.
I've said this to so many people, and nobody has ever agreed with me. They're like, no,
Oh
Arrowhead's
my
fine. I'm
gosh,
like,
I
you're
agree
wrong.
100% wrong, dude.
It's terrible. Now Fuji.
Fuji?
Beto?
Shoot, I don't know now.
Beto?
Like there's really good water. And LA water, ooh,
Oh, yeah.
out of the faucet. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Don't do that
I'll
here,
tell you this now. I've seen what goes into those water reservoirs.
yeah.
Don't.
You know
man.
what's crazy? I would rather drink tap water than drink Arrowhead water.
From
That's
LA.
how bad it is.
Well, one time I have a funny, quick story. I was out doing meter reading. I used to be a meter reader for my job that I was at, and you go park your car and you'd go walk around for 8 hours. You go into people's house, you go check their electric meter and leave, and you'd park your car, go do 400 houses. At the end of the day, you come back. It was one of those brutal 100-degree days where I'm just like dying. Don't have any more water. It's like 100 degrees. I'm like, forget it, dude. Like, nobody's home at this house. I don't see any cars. I'm just gonna turn on the hose in the front yard and just start chugging. And I start chugging this water. I get super deep into probably a gallon into my system. And I'm like, whoa, and I take a breather and I'm like, dude, that tasted weird. Like, that tasted not good. And I'm like, I've had some bad tap water, but something's wrong with this. And I look at the hose and where I'm chugging from, and I look down 2 feet, and it's connected to a Miracle Grow powder.
Yo, no way he's drinking just basically like carcinogens.
Dude, straight up, dude.
Just sucking it down.
Sucking it down. I'm like, I called my boss immediately. I'm like, dude, what do I do? He's like, come into the
Call
office.
poison control.
Let me keep, no, they didn't
Instantly,
call anybody. They were like, let's try to keep this under the system and see what happens. I just started chugging a ton of water and eating when I got there.
Did you feel sick?
I didn't feel sick, but there were certain parts of my body that were like this big.
Yo, that's crazy. All right, we're gonna go on to one that might be a little bit more triggering, but it's gonna be a good one. Collecting 5-screw or 3-screw proves that collectors will buy anything just because.
Ooh. Okay, so if you don't know and you're listening out there, 5-screw and 3-screw is basically quite literally buying the same NES game, but one has 5 screws and one has 3 screws, and value goes up a lot of times if there's 5-screw. That you're saying it proves that collectors will buy anything.
Yes. Agree or disagree, please?
I agree.
I agree.
I'll disagree.
Okay, so we got 2 agrees from Ricky and I. Chris, you disagree. Why do you disagree?
Well, I'm trying to think on the 5-screw versus 3-screw. I think there is a reason why people are collecting that. I believe they are earlier versions of some sort.
Because they're more expensive.
Yeah, there is a reason why. And I'm not a 5-screw or 3-screw collector of that, but I think that there is a reason. I saw you looking at me when I said that, just laughing.
Verbalize this stuff, it makes us sound so dumb. Like when it's verbalized, I'm like, wow, we are dumb.
I just saw you looking at me.
Switch
Made me
it,
laugh.
Chris. Flip that.
But yeah, I don't know. Those little nuances, I respect it. I do respect the tiny little nuances of that. So yeah, I'll agree with why people. I can understand it.
Ricky, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I would want to buy it just because if it's worth a lot of money, you kind of want to do it. It's that one thing like you're like, oh, I don't have this one, I need to get it. That's just the collector's mentality. You always want everything. Like I don't know how it is.
No, you're right.
I want like the weird stuff like Mega Man 5. I remember watching Caleb's video. That different
Don't bring up
variant.
Phoenix Resell on this
I'm
podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Now I want the Mega Man 5, the one
that's
with
expensive.
Capcom, and I'm
It's
just
kind of
thinking, I was like, I should go look for that now.
It's kind of like the Left Bros versus Right Bros
Yes.
Super Mario.
But
that's an earlier version, I believe, is the Left Bros.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just different print
Yeah.
runs.
But
Same game.
But that's my thing. It's like people want to collect that. Like I legit want it. Like I just say it like because that's what I would do. I want to buy it.
So we agreed on this one, right? I forget what we did.
Ricky wasn't sure. He held up something and went on something, but that's okay. Your mind can switch as you go.
I put that we would buy anything. Collectors would buy anything. So yes.
Oh yes.
I would buy anything.
Now I'm confused.
Don't worry. It doesn't matter what you almost picked at this point.
I was okay this time.
Everybody's stroking out now.
It is interesting and almost like not sad, but it is weird to think about us as collectors, what we'll pay. Nobody get offended because I do it too for like the dumbest thing, right? Like it's true. We do.
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about it at the convention. I bought these shirts and they're newer and they're like, $20 Star Wars shirts and they like have these crazy graphics. And I'm like, Ricky, how stupid is it if this had 1 stitch instead of 2? It'd be like a $700 shirt. Like,
It's crazy.
How stupid is that actually? We do it. I mean, I'm not hating because we literally are the ones
Oh, yeah.
buying
We
these
are the-
expensive
Yeah.
shirts.
It makes all the sense in the world to me.
You stop it. It does, but it doesn't.
It does. No, because it's the authenticity of it to me. It's the rareness and the authenticity versus the other one.
Yeah, but bootlegs have gone up now too. So what's your argument on that, boy?
I like bootlegs too.
Because bootlegs have gone up the roof too. So.
All right, this one is the one I did. It's going to be StreetPass for Nintendo 3DS was the weirdest feature.
I don't even do anything with
So
StreetPass.
the concept of that was like you'd have your 3DS, you're walking around, and then you can exchange information with other people who had a 3DS in their pocket.
Well, let me tell you that right now. I always look at marketing in the simplest ways. If someone has to explain something to you more than once, it's usually not a good idea, right? It's like a joke. It's like a movie. If someone has to explain it to you and you've already watched it, seen it, been pitched it, and you're like, wait, I don't get it. Tell me again. I don't even know what that is because I never did 3DS. And guess what I'll say? It sounds stupid.
Dude, it's a weird feature. That's why I
so
thought,
whatever.
Do people still use it?
I don't know, man, but I just
Oh,
want
so
to
I
know.
never used it, so I'd be tough to like say yes or
I
no.
never used it, but I feel like for like the Pokemon community, you know how they trade and do all that kind of stuff. That would have been perfect. But I wasn't a 3DS guy that much.
So coming
But
from this, whatever we're rating,
Yeah.
I'm giving that
It's gonna
thing
be-
a giant thumbs down.
Whatever it was, just a rating.
That thing just, whatever that was, it just sucked.
Hey man, I said it was weird.
Now wait,
Even Curtis didn't know what it was.
wait, 3DS community. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Wait.
No.
Sorry.
No,
I'm
you take
starting to
that
get-
one.
I'm starting to get
You take
into it,
that
though.
one to the grave, 3DS community. Anyway, all right, we're gonna go on our next one. Ninja Gaiden is better than Shinobi.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yes.
I agree.
I'm a huge Shinobi fan, man.
Shinobi's pretty good.
And I only really loved the first Ninja Gaiden. Like, really loved. I'm still going to agree with you guys, though. I think it is better overall. Shinobi in the, earlier days, let's say Sega Master System days. Ooh, but then again, Shinobi on the Genesis. Holy moly mazzouli.
The arcade version, in my opinion, was
So
the
they
best.
play completely different for anyone
Yeah.
that hasn't played them. Ninja Gaiden is much more fluid, and dare I say it, plays a lot more ninja-like, right? There's a lot more like swoopiness and archy feelings and feels more fluid as a ninja would move.
Yeah.
Shinobi generally is a more stiff walking, kind of like straightforward, almost like Codename Viper.
That jump where you would like go up and your legs kick over.
Ninja Gaiden?
No, that was in Shinobi.
Oh,
The,
yeah.
like, that
Oh, yeah.
flip.
Oh, that was
Oh,
a good
my
flip.
god.
So Shinobi was like a
Flip
tuck.
was on that.
I mean, Ninja Gaiden was like a tuck.
Yeah, it was a tuck.
flip. Shinobi was like, woo, with the legs.
Like the
doing-
legs and the like dynamics of that were incredible.
Oh,
it had this like
man.
looping, floating feeling to it.
Both great game series overall, but I think I'll agree that Ninja Gaiden is better on the overall, even though I'm very flat with that reasoning. What about for you, Ricky? What's your thought?
I don't know. I just like Ninja Gaiden a lot better. But if I literally had to talk about it, I'd just go Strider, bro. I'm sorry.
Wow, that's not the question. Either politician.
I disagree.
Ricky just went full
change.
politician on us. What is
full
your thoughts
politician.
on the border crisis? I don't know, but I love tacos. What does that have to do with anything?
It's like the first thing I thought of when he was like, I really want to play
Yeah, I
Strider
was
now.
in like mid drink and I was just choked when you said that.
Ricky just straight up, he's all, I don't really understand, but I love Strider. Like, I love that, Ricky. Chris, that's what you're trying to get over that.
Pretty good. On the consoles, I liked Ninja Gaiden a lot better, but in the arcade, Strider.
Strider. Let's be real.
Shinobi on the arcade was incredible. That game was so good. But I just played so much Ninja Gaiden, so I like it better.
Well, let's just put Ricky into it really quick. Is Strider the best out of all those? I'm going to say yes. That Strider would be above
Strider's the
those.
best from those three.
Strider is pretty good, but I still like Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go on to our next one. It's gonna be Xbox 360 controller was the best controller in the early 2000s.
Oh, 100%.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Guys, really
So I
think
got a
back
thumbs up
then.
from Riff.
So it's really just Xbox 360 versus PS3?
Well, basically in that, you
Yeah,
can almost say that
GameCube,
genre.
yeah.
Oh, GameCube, yeah.
GameCube was a
Yeah,
great controller.
I'm going to agree with it.
Yeah,
like
that was
it.
a great controller.
Yeah.
For that time, it was a great controller.
I love the size of it, just like to be able to put in your hand. Like it was such a good transition
What?
from that big old fat one.
We spent so much time on it too, and it was comfortable. Like I never had, dude. I used to get hand cramps with the regular Xbox playing Halo.
Oh, yeah, the Duke.
Yeah, the Duke, but that
big boy.
that Xbox 360 controller was clutch.
I think that was one of the best controllers for like from when it came out till it ended. I mean, that was like,
Yeah, it was legit.
I think to this day, one of the most highly praised controllers. I think Xbox has done a really good job since the 360 being like pretty dominantly loved by everyone. Like, not even if you love the consoles, but the controllers themselves, I feel like are pretty overwhelmingly supported as like, okay, these are great controllers. I think the Xbox One is one of the best controllers ever as well.
Yeah, which is designed pretty similarly to the
Yeah.
Xbox 360. They changed it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I almost think the 360 might be the best controller of all time.
has more round edges.
Yeah, it's so comfortable in your hand. Might be the perfect controller.
I think.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a pretty good case right there.
Ooh, the next ranking controller.
that would be a
All right, that'd be a very
I
good
like
one.
that. I have a Super Nintendo controller tattoo though right here.
That's a good controller too.